Let's talk about some of our amazing words for the week. That's a squeaky marker. Our first one is figure. Figure. Figure can mean two things. It can mean to think something or to kind of expect something, or it can be the shape of something, like I saw a dark figure in the woods. Figure. Figure. Tossed. That's where you kind of just lightly throw something, like I just barely tossed it. Tossed. Clang. That's a sound word. Remember how we talked about words that mean sounds? Clang is a sound word. All right, fault. I'm sure you guys say this a lot. But it wasn't my fault. That means it's not my problem. I didn't do it. Fault, in case you need to know how to spell it. Plenty. That means there's lots and lots. Plenty. Plenty. And jumbled. Something's all mixed together. Jumbled. Jumbled. Mixed together. So we've got figure. I kind of squashed them together at the end. Figure, tossed, clang, fault, plenty, and jumbled. Those, my friends, are your amazing words for the week. So let's do our story. Our story is called Night of the Wolf. Ooh, big surprise, because we're learning all about wolves this week. If you hear one of your words, figure, tossed, clang, fault, plenty, or jumbled, give me a thumbs up at home, and I'll try to remember to give you a thumbs up here. One night, Meg and Ellie sat by their bedroom window and stared out into the night. It was snowing, and it looked like the kind of snow that would stick. The flakes were small and falling almost as fast as rain. I figure we'll have a snow day, said Ellie, if it keeps up like this for another couple of hours. I don't know, said Meg. We haven't had a snow day since we moved to Minnesota. The snow doesn't seem to bother anyone here. Can you imagine what people back home would say if they saw us walking to school and the snowbanks are taller than the people? Asked Ellie. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. I know, said Meg. It's okay here, but it's so different. I wonder if we'll ever stop calling Texas back home. Suddenly the wind tossed a snow shovel across the lawn. It hit the shed with a loud clang. Both girls jumped. Whoa, said Meg. Maybe we really will have a snow day. That wind is so strong. We'd better get to bed just in case, said Ellie. I don't want it to be my fault if you can't get up in the morning. I get blamed every time you sleep late. Mom and Dad seem to forget you always slept late in the old house too, and we didn't even share a room there. The girls climbed into their beds and snuggled under their thick, warm blankets. Ellie shut off the light. What do you think's going to happen? They're in bed. The lights are out. It's snowing. A few moments later, Meg sat up suddenly. Did you hear that? She whispered. I think I heard a howl. An animal howl. It's just the wind, said Ellie. You're just trying to keep me up late again. Now go to sleep. Then they both heard it. It was a long howl. It started low and it got higher. Ah-woo! It did not sound like the wind. And it sounded close. Meg and Ellie ran back to the window. They huddled together and scanned the land behind their house. Look, Meg gasped. She pointed to the left. There stood a beautiful timber wolf, no more than 100 yards away. As they stared at it, it had lifted its head to the sky and howled again. Ah-woo! Do you think it's lost in the snow? Asked Ellie. Probably not. I think they like the snow, said Meg. My teacher said this is one of the only places where there are plenty of wolves, and it snows here all the time. The wolf stood with his ears perked up and looked around, and then 4 more wolves seemed to appear from nowhere. The wolves put all their heads down and jumbled together. They nuzzled one another and wrestled a little. Once they finished their greetings, they settled into an organized group. Then the wolves ran off into the woods. The girls looked at each other in amazement. Now, that's definitely something we'd not see back home, Ellie said with a laugh. That's true, said Meg. It may be different here, but it sure isn't boring. As Meg and Ellie climbed back into bed, they both fell asleep, thinking that their new home was pretty nice after all. So, that was a story in your reader that had all your amazing words in it. And I also told you a little something about wolves. How would you feel if you'd moved to a new place and you could look out your bedroom window and see wolves in the snow? Wouldn't that be crazy? So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.